Hey, thanks for joining us on The Perfect Storm, where we're talking about current events in the world, gentlemen, in light of
Bible
prophecy. So, yeah, a lot going on in the world as usual. Johannes, what's going on, brother?
You tell me.
Well, that's why you're here. We have that unique European perspective from Johannes. My mate, Phil. How you going, Phil?
I'd just say I love Johannes's. If you're not on YouTube, come and check out these. What do they call them?
Suspenders.
Suspenders.
Yeah.
I'd say they're Adventist
Mate,
theme.
looks like you could use it to tow a truck out of a bog.
yeah.
Oh, I've
They're
had
fairly
these
solid
for
ones.
a while. They do a good job.
Last a
Yeah.
long time. And the infamous Kyle the Morrison.
Yes,
Eh?
I'm back on the desk.
The infamous.
I had to
Nice,
go
mate.
on the big boy's desk for a few weeks. I got demoted already.
Yeah, the pressure got too much. He pulled a sweat, left on the ground where he was. So
Yeah. Is that what I'm sitting in? Anyway.
Let's go to a few comments from last week. Quite a
Yes.
few. Again, thank you, Cassandra, for all the comments.
Cassandra makes up for all of everyone else.
I can see
God bless
Cassandra. Phil is missing.
Phil
Yep.
is missing.
I'm sorry, Cassandra. I am back, and I'm
With
back for a
vengeance.
while. Not going anywhere in the near future.
She said, I can read. Okay. She said, I can read Kyle's mind when Justin said that high contact sports damage the brain, and he said his kids did that. Kyle is laughing as if to say, is that what happened to you, Justin? That, Cassandra, you read my mind perfectly. I couldn't figure out how to word the joke quick enough.
I have been knocked out as a child,
So, yes, you are correct.
mainly from dirt bikes and BMX bikes and things, actually. I did all my damage.
Says, Justin, you brought up an interesting point on electricity, that all of our gadgets are so distracting and demanding. I grew up without electricity or running water in an isolated area. Some of the happiest years of childhood. I do really appreciate indoor plumbing, though.
I've got to agree with that one. I don't mind a flushing toilet.
Yeah, that's
Not at all. But we are totally in agreement here. Too much stuff now. Too many screens. Too much not out just in nature as God built the world. You know, we're building our own world.
Let's. Cassandra must be watching live, even though we're not live and commenting live. Thank you again for the great program. 30 minutes goes so quick. Yes, quicker for us too. Real talk. Okay, good. Thanks, Kyle. Got the hoodie. She finally got the hoodie.
Oh, no.
Praise the
Oh,
Lord.
boy, Kyle.
Where's
Finally
it
got the
everywhere?
AdventSources.com.
No, it's Adventist merch.
Especially when doing
merch.
the literature evangelism.
AdventistMerch.com.
That's right. Well,
Nice.
You can get yourself a hoodie there.
You sure can.
It's the wrong size, but it doesn't matter. Well, you sell that one, Cassandra, to somebody else, and then we'll send you another
Kyle's
size.
going to get you the right one within a year. Okay.
Oh, I should know. Let me explain. She's asked for a size small, and we sent her one that is tagged large. That's because that supplier sized them 2 sizes too small.
Yes.
So that's technically meant to be the right size.
Right.
Okay. Now,
Oh, Cassandra, we figured that out. Number one, what do you call it?
Fan.
Fan.
Number one fan.
Oh, okay.
Good on you, Cassandra. We need one.
so Phil, I heard that you were at a little rally on a bridge on the weekend.
I was nowhere near
Were you
it.
marching for Palestine?
No, I wasn't. But that's our next story. Justin? What's this all about, mate?
Well, I don't think Australia's involved in this conflict. Yet there's a movement. I think it's well funded, and it's the globalist side of the world, and I'm just calling it as I see it. I hate what's going on in Gaza and the children and the bombings and the killings. But I'm not sure how blocking the main artery across the Sydney Harbour is helping what's going on there. I'm not sure Israel's listening. The police said, we don't want it there. Go out and do it somewhere, but don't block the whole city. The police, the government, everyone said, no. And then one judge overruled all that and let them do it. And, whatever. Like, I hate the slaughter, and
Was
I
it done
wish
on
it
a
had all
Sunday?
stopped.
Is this a Sunday?
It is Sunday afternoon.
Okay.
And it caused all sorts of havoc in the city. I don't live there. It didn't affect me. But New South Wales Supreme Court overruled the government.
Wow.
I'm not sure judges were intended to govern the state. So I'm not happy with how this has gone down, but hey, that's what happens in a society. It's getting more and more problematic, our society, as we get more and more diverse. There's less and less unity. And anyway, it's going to go on.
Well, as you saw in COVID, the premiers were given more power than the federal, if you like. And you're seeing judges getting a little bit more power here.
At the moment, they are. So let's see. They could do different things. But did they call people over to their cause? We're all aware of it. We all hate it. We'd love to stop it. I'm not sure how you go about doing that. And I'm not sure it's Australia that's really caused any of this.
But you say it doesn't influence you because, well, not necessarily it doesn't affect you because you don't live there. But, I mean, you pay for the police force that keeps these people in check. You are losing time on the news that should be talked about, issues that are actually affecting Australia, right? You're losing the social cohesion because all of a sudden people are worrying about conflicts that are going on thousands of kilometers away. And I mean, there's cruel stuff in large degrees going on everywhere around the world. So why is not just Australia, but the Western world bothering with that? They will be fighting in 2,000 years still. There's not going to be
You're right. We are prioritising news stories and what, are we going to give a march to every news story that makes the headlines?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you, Justin. It's sad what's going on over there.
Oh, yeah, sure. But
But
there's a lot of sad things. That's just it. Well, it seems that this is a conflict that that protest doesn't achieve anything here, even from the perspective of the people protesting. What are they achieving?
Not for anyone in my world, but if they're feeling better about themselves, I think. Like, it's mad. But look at the money we're wasting on so much stuff in this country now. We're living like we're way above our means as it is. So, anyway.
I feel like the marches during 22, 23, was it, here in Canberra that I wasn't here for. I wasn't even in the country at the time. But the marches that happened here showed me one thing, and that's that the government just doesn't care what the people think necessarily.
Oh, yeah, but we knew that.
Doing a march won't change their mind.
No, it won't.
we experience that daily, like bosses, people in charge, not really caring what anyone thinks, just
That's
doing
right.
what they want.
Exactly.
So let's talk about something that does affect Australians.
He was looking at me as he said that.
No.
No.
We can't dive deep on everything. We're already 10 minutes in.
No digital ID. Now,
digital
this is one
IDs.
I do care about.
Well, this is affecting Australia and Australians.
Mm.
Who's it mainly affecting? Who are we talking about here?
Well, the government has put this, we'll call her e-safety, they call her e-Karen in this.
Karen.
this.
Yeah.
The e-safety commissioner, I've forgotten her name. She has an American accent. I don't know where she's from originally, but she sounds North American, some description. She is being charged by the government to...
So
Sorry, what was that?
Army marching.
To actually stop anyone under 16 getting engaged with social media. In fact, to the point, even YouTube, which I think is extremely vanilla compared to what you can find on the internet.
Yeah.
And they seem obsessed with stopping under 16-year-olds getting to YouTube. But here's the thing, and this is me. I'm sorry. This has got me absolutely fired up. The government wants to get your identity and prove your age. It doesn't matter if you're young like Phil or an old fella like Johannes here.
Yes.
You have to fill out and say who you are and what you're doing, and that you have jeopardized your
In order to
personal
access.
privacy. Because you can use a VPN and access stuff, and you don't need they can never know who you are. Well, to a certain degree.
So what's stopping me filling out a fake ID?
Well, the kids will get around this. This is actually them prying into our personal life, and I don't like it.
If you tell the truth, they're prying in your personal life.
And if you're looking how it goes in the UK, they're already stopping people getting access to sites where you can get your VPN. So that's the
right.
next step, right?
They're going to try and control us no matter what. 1984.
But do you know what? I'm actually thinking there might be a positive angle to this.
Ooh.
Okay,
Here we go.
now that I've bashed it.
How the internet is going in general at the moment. So we have AI, which is basically able to now produce videos and pictures of anything that you ever wanted. So any bit of information that you can just see is completely unreliable anymore because anybody could have just made it up, right? On top of that comes you have 150 million websites. Everywhere you get spam, you get cookies, you get advertisements. You need passwords for everything. You need an account for everything. You need to verify everything. Using the internet has become enormously painful. It's such a drag. On top of that, now anything that could be, even if it's not necessarily very wholesome, could be considered fun on the internet is now being hidden behind you having to show your ID, and that doesn't just go for things like YouTube. That goes for gaming. That goes into all kinds of different areas. Payment providers are now ramping up censorship as well, banning people to be able to purchase stuff online.
Man.
The positive thing is that this is
case.
the positive thing is that this is making the allure of the internet, which was convenience, it goes away.
Yes.
So
the
people will go
internet's
away
getting
from the
harder to
internet.
use.
Yeah.
Back to playing with mud in the creek.
People will go
Catching
out
fish.
and touch grass because it's going to become more pleasurable
remember
than
them
sitting at home.
Do you remember when it rained, grabbing a piece of a piece of grass and holding it at the top of the drain and racing down,
Watching it.
boat
Yes,
races?
Yes, boat races.
Mate, I come driving through Batlow, and as you come out of Batlow, there's this trout stream. It's there's trout in it. It's a beautiful, and I love it when the local kids, I don't know them from a bar of soap, they're from the local school, they're down there in their pushies
Yes.
playing at the creek.
Let's go to the.
And I think, how awesome. I just want to give them a clap. I think they're not sitting inside, and what you've said's true.
There's a
The
positive.
harder it is to use the internet, it's a good thing because the convenience and whatever else of the internet is going to go away, and then less people are going to use it. That's your point.
It's something that I could see happening. Of course, not with everybody, but
I don't
think
know.
it
She's
could have
pretty
a positive
inbuilt
effect.
into everything we do now. I tell you, I of all the things they could pick on for under 16-year-olds, they make YouTube the hill to die on.
I reckon we've created this. The parents of today have created this teenager that wants to sit at home on their phone.
Yes, accept your guilt.
When I was a kid, Mum didn't care when I got home from school, I went out without even asking. I was on my pushy. We were going down to the local park or wherever.
Yeah.
We were fishing in the creek. We were, taking sugar cane, cutting it up, eating it by the shore. We were fishing for eels in the creek and doing all that kind of stuff. So my mum didn't care if I came home at 10 at night. Oh, where were you? I was down fishing, doing this, that, and the other. Oh, did you have fun?
Different world.
Now it's like, where are you going? What are you doing? Can I track you? Are you able to?
Have you got a phone?
It's
Have you-
the fear of being hurt and being abducted and being it's great, right? There's a lot of weird
Have you
people
told her
out
that
there.
you've grown up, Phil, and you don't need that anymore?
Have I told my mum?
Yeah.
My mum passed 3 years ago.
Yeah, she did. She's a good woman.
Good woman.
Good woman. But I have to.
boys
I have to say,
Sorry, Kyle.
the
You walked into it.
the intrusion into our personal life by the government constantly. Do you think that kids can get around this? 100%. They
Oh,
won't
yeah.
be able to stop them.
yeah.
This is absurd. This is a waste of money. And by the way, parents at home, this is your job, not the government's job. This is the job of parents to switch the screen off, to pull the wireless out, the connection, so the internet doesn't work for at least a few hours an afternoon. So they are bored stupid inside that they have to get outside and do what you were doing, Phil. So this is parenting at the end of the day. It is not the government's job to raise children. It's parents' job
My
to
daughter,
raise
even
children.
today, my daughter goes, right, she's going in a half marathon in November, right? I'm going to try and skip along with her. I'm not
I've
going to
heard
make
you been training. I heard you been
training.
training.
But anyway,
You can get an electric
we go
bike.
down the park and run around together. You don't have to leave your children. Get out in there and do it with them. Go
Amen.
fishing with them. Go running with them. Go BMX riding with them.
Yeah, it seems to be one of these just accepted truths that at some point teenagers start to despise their parents. But I think this is just, a lot of this is a result of a lot of parents not being able to connect with their kids.
right.
I
Yeah.
say that as somebody who doesn't have kids.
Yeah,
Completely.
You're an
No
expert.
idea.
Well, you
Yeah.
don't have kids,
Well,
trust me.
Just
Well-
disclaimer.
While everybody gets outside and enjoys the great outdoors in Canada, Nova Scotia, you are not allowed to hike, fish, or camp, or even walk in the woods because it is too hot, and they don't want any wildfires. So you'll get a $25,000 fine for going
Oh, well, I
Oh,
can't.
camping,
yes.
fishing, or hiking
Which-
in Nova Scotia.
Now, hang on. I've got to
Nova
ask my
Scotia.
Canadian expert here, Phil.
Oh,
Yeah.
Phil.
Where's Nova Scotia?
Nova Scotia's right over on the coast.
on the east.
East side, yeah.
So it's the French side of things, is it?
Oh, I think it's past the French side of things. I'm actually on the French.
So the French side is in the
Checking
middle,
my geography.
in the middle side.
So
But
this is to prevent bushfires.
apparently, it's
Well,
too
that-
hot.
If you rub up to a tree, it can burst into flame.
But
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it is easy in a car or anything to start a bushfire if it's really hot weather. I can understand this a little.
Yeah.
I can understand it a little.
Interesting.
Nova Scotia's actually, well, it could nearly be called America. It's just above Maine and all that. It's up the top
Okay.
there.
We
Coming
ha-
off there. It's
we-
a little thing.
We have such bad bushfires here.
Hmm.
You have to be so careful because once one starts, if it's 43 degrees and it's blowing a big westerly's blowing or something, you will never stop a fire that starts
Do you know anything about bushfires personally?
a little.
What happened?
Oh, it came within 5 feet of my house, burned down 3 of my neighbours. So we live with bushfire in Australia, and I understand putting restrictions on people going to certain areas because, like up in Batlow, where I'm, our place is, they had 58 crews harvesting pines for the big Visi mill and everything. That got down to 12 crews harvesting because there's no trees left. I mean, hundreds of millions of dollars just gone up in smoke, and it'll take 20 years to regrow them again. And they're carting now trees from up past the Hunter Valley all the way down to Tumut to the mill and places. So I can understand why they would want to restrict people when it's a really dangerous fire period.
And see, that makes sense. But I'm at that point now where I'm thinking, as soon as the government comes out, any government, the Canadian government maybe especially, as soon as they come out with any kind of restrictions on anything that I can do, my first impulse is to think it's probably in bad faith. It's probably them trying to get one over on me.
What
It's
gives you that thought?
I don't know.
Are you a trucker from way back?
Just past experience. Oh yeah.
Past.
It's a pretty big fine. I'd say it burned half the place down, wouldn't it? Nova Scotia's like an island, so
Is
it's
it?
going to.
Yeah, they're going to have to be careful. But it's so sad that when we're talking about we need to get outdoors and live in nature a bit more, and then they're trying to fine you for going there.
Yeah.
That's the sad thing. I don't think we should do that, but you got to be careful.
I've got a weird one that I need some information on.
Oh, you're going.
I
you're
actually
going
remember.
weird now.
I remember you mentioning actually something about this many episodes ago, saying there's something weird going on.
Do you know
I
much
was
about
right.
Emmanuel?
I was right.
Well, yeah.
We
French-
are talking about the French president.
French
Yeah,
president
somebody claimed he's a man.
is suing Candace Owens because
He's
Candace
a-
Owens keeps talking about it. And in doing so, he has made this international news. So I don't like to dwell on the awkward stuff, but this is definitely blowing up. And
This was a mistake by the French president.
Candace can just say, "Will prove me wrong."
Well, the truth will come out probably now. We're going to, all she'll have to get is a blood test.
right, they do it with the blood test.
Well, your chromosomes are your chromosomes. It doesn't matter what operations or anything else you might do. Your DNA is your DNA, and they'll be able to tell from DNA. Or look, there's other ways you can tell.
They got slander or something, is it?
Saying that she's running a campaign of global humiliation and relentless bullying. Interestingly, the timing of this lawsuit comes out just after they lost a local French lawsuit against the is it some Italian journalists or some French journalists?
she didn't. This didn't originate with her. She's just made it prominent because she's a prominent YouTuber or social influencer, whoever you call Candace, commentator. But she's taken the work of these investigative reporters that say this is their claim that Mrs. Macron was Mr. Macron once upon a time. In fact, her his, her.
Well, it wouldn't have been Macron
whichever
back
it is.
Don't ask me.
Whatever she was, he was, we don't know. But
14 and 39 or something.
a
when
little
they
girl
started.
was born with that name. The claim of Candace is that little girl died and the brother took on that identity. That's the claim. So they produced a record of birth. It wasn't a birth certificate to prove her wrong, and it didn't prove anything. And so now they are suing her. Guess what? That enables her to subpoena all sorts of stuff from them. So we're probably going to find out. And there's two things that this says to me. Number one, why would they even bother?
Yeah.
Just like, if it does not true, just laugh it off. When you're cutting close to the, as they say, that when a dog barks, if you throw a stick into a pack of dogs, the one that yelps is the one you hit. They're getting close to the bone here.
But what is her angle? I mean, okay, make Macron more unpopular? Why does she care about Macron in the first place? What's the connection?
She's anti-globalist. Macron, our own prime ministers, all this big global cabal of people that are in all these different entities all around the world, they have had some pretty dubious morals on all sorts of things. And she wants to expose the moral conduct that they're masquerading in her claim as a heterosexual couple when they're not at all.
But is that going to have any effect nowadays?
I have
That is
no
of any-
idea.
That's the thing, because they're just going to, in the end, what could actually happen is that she looks like the evil party in this, because they say, oh, you're going after trans people, blah, 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 right? She had to hide because she was afraid of the evil right-wingers that are everywhere, right? And
what they're
This is
getting
not
her
the
for-
only prominent couple that this accusation's been made against.
What they're getting her for is a humiliation and bullying, not lying.
Not for the.
And
Yeah, well, but I
in the
don't think
United
she's gonna
States,
achieve anything.
to sue for defamation, famous people actually usually, because they're fame and they're in the spotlight, there's usually defamation laws are pretty, you can't really use them against someone claiming things about them. So this is a very interesting legal case. Everyone wants to know, because no one would really, when you first tell someone that she's a he and all this stuff, they don't believe it. But the more you go down this rabbit hole, and this is a rabbit hole, it's really, there's something going on here. And I have said it before.
So did Michelle Obama comment on this?
No comment on.
Okay.
Talk to
Just
us
wondering.
about vaccines, Kyle.
Well, they just find this one interesting because the mRNA vaccines are safe and effective and 100% okay. And then they were 99, and then they were 98, and now they're completely cancelled. RFK, leading the Make America Healthy Again campaign, is cancelling $700 million of contracts with mRNA vaccine creators, producers, and what a stir. I thought these things were okay.
Well, this is the beginning here. It's not the end, because they're going to come back now at him. They're going to paint RFK as some crazy guy that doesn't believe in vaccines.
Because they hadn't done that already.
He does believe in vaccines, by the way, just not mRNA vaccines, which, of course, the COVID vaccines were based around that by all these different big pharma that produced them. This is not the end of this story, because they're going to come back. These guys are very, very wealthy, these big pharma.
Yeah, sure.
Pharmaceutical companies.
Very wealthy.
But he shot a shot over the bow, and they say they have 3,500 peer-reviewed literature saying there's damage from mRNA vaccines. So this is not like I'm having a shot in the dark here. They've got tons of scientific literature. To all my vaccinated friends, I'm one of them.
And that's his aim.
mRNAs is a gene therapy. Gene therapy is not how traditional vaccines work.
So it's not a shot over about Mr. RFK has a night scope.
He's targeted, you reckon?
And this is what he's wanted for so long. He's wanted all of this to be science, based on science, not based on who paid the most to get the right studies pushed through to the journals and so.
It's gene therapy. That's not what your traditional polio vaccine and the way things have worked historically. This is a new technology, and so much counter literature on saying these things are actually doing permanent harm, can even lead and cause death, is what some people are claiming.
What Johannes, you tell us what there was that story that I didn't bring up that you were telling me about with O'Keefe Media Group getting somebody on video who was involved in the production.
I forget the exact time. So James O'Keefe, the guy from I forget.
O'Keefe Media Group.
O'Keefe Media Group. Yeah, sure.
He had another group and they sacked him.
Project Veritas.
Project Veritas. That's the name that I was thinking of. Yeah, he got on a hot mic in one of his dating situations. Who was it? I think the
one of his operatives.
The guy that leads the labs at Johnson & Johnson. I think that was, I don't know what the exact title was. But in that video, he actually says something to the effect of, "Oh yeah, have you any idea how dangerous this stuff was? This was all, we had political pressure to put it out as quickly as possible. There were no tests done, and yeah."
All of which is true. And I have to bring this back, Kyle, for a minute to this precious old book we call the Bible. Is Mrs. Macron, Mr. I don't know, the mRNA vaccines, how would I know what they are and aren't do? I can do my own research. So much of what we cover on this show, you can't trust your lying eyes. This book can be trusted. The Bible is God's word, and it has stood the test of time. The test of time. So all this crazy stuff going on, people think, it's all conspiracy. What do I believe anymore? Believe the Bible, folks. It will see you through the darkest of days.
Good time to give our offer out.
We've got a few minutes more than you think we do there.
Yeah,
but you can.
We can do the offer.
Step beyond. What do they text the word step to which number, Phil?
It's 0482 082 876. Text the word step and you'll get this awesome little book.
I absolutely love this. This is going off the shelves every time we promote this.
It is.
You will not regret owning this book. This is a book that you won't read once. You'll read multiple times. It will tell you how to get to heaven. And if there's a bigger question than that anyone ever faces, I'd love to know what it is. But what happens in eternity for you and for me, this book will answer it for you.
Yep. Text the word step to 0482 082 876.
Wonderful.
Awesome.
Thank you. Let's go rapid fire a few more stories
Tim
here
Cook.
to finish up. Yeah, Tim Cook is saying Apple will now build their chips in the USA for the first time in nearly a decade.
Is that because of tariffs?
Trumpy bear.
$100 billion they're saying this is going to bring back.
Yep. Yep.
But I thought the tariffs weren't working.
Well, yeah, even if they weren't, let's say, it's still a good move to have this kind of critical production in the hands of your own country instead of outsourcing it to China or India or wherever they were producing all of these. So
Taiwan.
You know,
yeah.
Our own Prime Minister visited China for 6 days just recently. Now we just kicked a spy out that we've caught here in Canberra. All sorts of covert stuff going on. Folks, we need to align ourselves with the new world order. It's called the United States. We need to align ourselves with the United States because look what Trump's doing. You can mock him and think he's a crazy guy, but his tariffs are bringing in billions of dollars. In June was the first time they actually balanced their trade deficit. They actually were making more than what was going out. Wow. We didn't see that.
People are going to clip what you just said, so we just need to, I want to clarify. We need to align ourselves with the New World Order. What you mean by that is maybe Australia, the government, needs to get in line.
America is the last superpower in Bible prophecy, not China. That's what I'm saying, okay? Align ourselves as a country.
Yep.
The United States is the future. We don't go and running off. China's going to somehow... communist China is... and they're atheistic in their very nature. They have a hatred for Christians and Christianity. What are we doing? What are we doing aligning ourselves with that?
Okay, a few days ago, a gang of about a dozen young men tried to assault a woman in her car at night in DC. A Doge team member, affectionately known as Big Balls member, saw what was happening and ran to defend her and he was severely beaten to the point of concussion, but he saved her. And in response, they are wanting to federalize DC. What are the implications of this? What does that mean?
You could see on January 6th when they had the big riot, that whatever we call that thing that happened on the 6th of January, when the government changed it over, the local mayor was off with the ferries and it wasn't brought under control. And ever since then, the Republican side of politics has been threatening to put in federal governance over DC because at the moment they have their own local elections. It's very heavily slanted towards Democrats. So there's a lot of politics in this. Trump wants to get control of DC federally. So the federal government runs the police and all the governance there because it has got some very big criminal social problems going on in that. And it's getting worse. It's getting worse. So.
Yeah. Is there any kind of long-term solution on the horizon as well? Because you can get the feds in there and then you kick everybody out who's a criminal, but what then?
When the government changes again, then does it just go back?
Well, that too. And also you can't just have, well, I guess you can, but you shouldn't have to have military police on every street corner just to, that's a sign of a failed society.
It's not military, it's federal police.
Yeah, sure, But
Canberra has the federal police force here, and they go right across the country on behalf of the government. So we have something similar. But the thing is, the Democratic side has said forever, let's defund the police. Let's get rid of all that stuff. Well, guess what happens? People don't feel safe. It's not safe. England has got the same sort of problems due to immigration.
I might have been in a city myself in America recently where the police force was reduced from 2,200 on-duty police down to 700. And there were so many shops that had to shut and leave because of the rise in crime that the city's really gone into the toilet a bit.
That's what's really going on. They want that side of politics is wanting to defund the police and say the police cause the problems. They're all racists. Well, when you take them away, what happens? Shop owners just have these flash mobs come in and just steal everything. It's crazy. So they're going to, I'm telling you now, the Democrats are not going to win back power if they keep going in this direction. They will never come back to power at a federal level.
It's a long show today, I know, but people who thought 30 minutes was too short, we're giving you extra.
Yeah.
Barack Obama can now be brought before a grand jury. What does the grand jury thing mean, and where's it all headed for the Russiagate hoax?
It's all happening.
Johannes, starting with you.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how the American legal system works.
Perfect answer.
You're amongst friends.
I'm just going to lie about this. No, I don't know. The prosecution of any kind of political candidate always makes me skeptical because the whole... It's not like you're taking these people and chucking them into a logical machine that just runs through, oh, this is what they did, this is what they didn't do, this is what we can prove, Bob's your uncle, off he goes to prison, right? This is not how it works. There's, in every position, even in the legal system and in every government, there are cronies in there that work for either one side or the other, or maybe even another country. Just because something is legally possible doesn't mean anything is going to come of it. And
Barack Obama's not going to prison because Trump has said he's the president, therefore he's immune. But the ones under him, this is how they do it in America. They get a grand jury and they show the evidence to the grand jury in order to issue indictments so they can indict whoever. Let's say they get Hillary Clinton. For whatever reason. I don't know they're going to, but let's say it is. And actually, she's probably going to be one of them. They bring her in and they sit her down and they interrogate her on recorded for hours on end. And as they do so, that if she messes up then and she tells a lie because the problem with all these famous people, they've given interview after interview after interview over 10 years on this issue. And they'll say, hey, you said on this date, do you still agree with that? Or do you, she says one thing, gotcha. Now, the famous statement with a grand jury, you can indict a ham sandwich, is the famous lawyer talk. They can a grand jury just do your bidding if you know what you're doing. They know what they're doing. Trump's base want blood. They indicted the former president, as in Trump, and they prosecuted him successfully. It was overturned in the end by the feds, and that's why I don't think Obama can actually get caught up in this. But all his understudies, Comey and Brennan and all these guys that were leading this, it's clearly a conspiracy. They're calling it a seditious conspiracy where Obama says, I want you to go and do this, this, and this. They have all the emails. Tulsi Gabbard, who's not a hair-on-fire lady, former Democrat, she's put all the documents out and she said this must never happen again. They're going to put people in jail.
Well, it's one to watch.
Have it.
A lot of kooky stories today, and we're going to finish on this one. Approximately 24% of all Gen Z Americans and 20% of all millennials in America were aborted.
Oh, wow.
A lot of weird stories, but it reminds me of the verse in Scripture that says, as it were in the days of Noah, so will it be at the end of time. And that reference, Justin, is?
Matthew chapter 24.
Okay. And
they'll be eating and drinking and marrying and giving in marriage until the day Noah entered the ark. So also will it be at the coming of the Son of Man.
There you go. Thank you. You knew that better than I did. But my point being that, man, things are pretty rubbish now for that. The impact of these numbers will never be fully understood, it says.
No.
That's a huge percentage of the population to not have in existence anymore.
And put race into that discussion, because in America, race is a big part of everything. The race of the children aborted, the percentage, they haven't stated it there, but I'm telling you now, that's actually disparately against African American and the poor, particularly African American. The numbers that are aborted in their communities far, far higher than any other as a percentage. It's a terrible, terrible thing.
So didn't want to end on a sad one, but just pointing out the fact that times are really rough and Christ is coming soon. The best way to be ready for that is with that book you have in front of there, Justin, and the special offer, again, is to text the word STEP for this book called Step Beyond. Just text the word STEP, nothing else, to 0482 082 876, and we will get you a copy of that as soon as possible.
Awesomeness.
Thank you for your time.
As they say in New Zealand, there you have it.
All right.
Okay. We love Kiwis, okay.
All right.
Until next time.
See you next week. There you have it.